right? Great.
Really?
Awesome.
Nice to meet you here. Not yet. They're still at your house. Do you have two bedrooms? No, you're saying your nephew. Oh, you're just saying he's here. Yeah, so she's on some white gloves and white collar. We sit with you? Okay. So yes, it's kind of like congratulations. I'm giving you a hug. Well, she's submerged. I should have waited for one second.
Sorry.
Schools, prep schools. 1240. World law courses.
Huh?
It's like an hour and a half from here. South of 78. Where they sent. I'll tell you right now. Principals are so hard.
Okay, I'll let you know if I need
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our class of 2024 graduation. At this time, I'd like to ask you to please stand as we have the singing of our national anthem led by our senior members of our chamber singers. Please rise.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets recurved, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
How about another round of applause for our chamber singers? And I'd like to invite up to the podium our Student Council President, Miso Brownbridge. Miso?
Good evening, esteemed faculty, proud parents, devoted friends, and of course, the class of 2024. My name is Miso Brownbridge, and I am the Student Council Executive President, and it is my honor to welcome you to the High Point Class of 2024 graduation ceremony. 4 years ago, we entered these halls, or in some cases, Zoom calls, thanks to COVID, and embarked on a remarkable journey. We were a collection of hopeful youths, eager to explore the realms of knowledge and friendship, and to push the boundaries placed upon us. We were ready to begin what many people claim to be the best 4 years of our lives. Since then, we've laughed, we've cried, and we've grown together. And today, we emerge as a unified body of graduates, ready to take on the world with the wisdom and courage we have garnered here. We entered these halls as freshmen, looking up to the seniors, oblivious to how short the next 4 years would be and what they would hold. And now, we leave as adults, our aspirations bigger than ever, thanks to the tireless dedication of our teachers and the unwavering support of our families. We've been transformed not just by the education we received, but by the experiences and the people that have enriched our lives. So, thank you parents, teachers, coaches, and friends. Whether you've been a part of our lives for 18 years or 180 days, we wouldn't be the people we are today without you. As we bid farewell to this chapter of our lives, we carry with us the memories that have shaped our identities. The late night study sessions, the exhilarating triumphs in sports, the spirited debates in the classroom, and most importantly, the treacherous traffic in the senior parking lot. All these memories are etched into the story of our high school years. So, let us move forward with hope and determination, carrying our legacy at High Point with pride. Because after today, we not only become High Point alumni, but we become the future. And although the future is scary and full of the unknown, we've spent 18 years, or in Nicole's case, 17 3/4, preparing for this moment and have all the tools necessary to succeed. So embrace the change that awaits with open arms and make your dreams a reality. Continue to follow your heart, carve your own path, and make your mark on this world. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, Miso. Excellent job. Now let's invite our senior class president, Madison Talame.
Ladies and gentlemen, faculty and staff, parents, and class of 2024 graduates, my name is Madison Talame, and it is an honor to stand in front of you today to share a bit of all the amazing memories and times we've had here at High Point. Standing here now, I can't help but feel a whirlwind of emotions. One of them being that someone really needs to bring down the heat, though I am grateful for this beautiful day. We are here to celebrate not just an end, but a beginning. The accumulation of 4 years of hard work, laughter, tears, and unforgettable memories. It really is true when people say it goes by quickly, because 4 years ago, walking into school with my dad on that first day, I felt like I'd be here forever. Now I'm standing here in front of you and him, and it seems unreal. Like that bell will ring in a minute, and we'll all be heading back to class. Thinking back to that first day of freshman year, when we walked through the doors of this school, wide-eyed and eager, I remember mine well. I was nervous and kept thinking I'd forget where my classes were. But looking back now, I don't know how this school was ever unfamiliar to me. We were strangers, brought together by our classes, sports, or after-school activities, and little did we know that those strangers would become lifelong friends and people we could rely on throughout those next 4 years. Together, we navigated the halls of this school, fueled by caffeine and the occasional onset of determination. We bonded over challenging exams and classes, celebrated victories on the field, showcased our talents on stage or even behind the scenes, participated in many clubs, and left an impact with our time and effort here. But it wasn't just those triumphs that defined our high school experience. It was the moments in between. It was the late night study sessions that turned into food runs, that turned into karaoke in a car. It was the pep rallies when we cheered until our voices were hoarse, all wearing our class colors. It was the inside jokes shared in the cafeteria, the passed notes across the classroom, the small acts of kindness that reminded us that we were never alone. It was the pictures taken on the bleachers while watching the football games, the one more song at prom, the donuts and coffee at senior sunrise, and the parking lot full of spots painted in September. The in-between moments have created the most special memories. As senior class president, I've had the privilege of witnessing the incredible growth and resilience of each and every one of you, and I'm so proud to see how far we've come. From the freshmen wandering the halls and finding their voice, to the confident leaders and friends standing before me today, we have all grown in ways we never thought possible. But as we say goodbye to these halls, classrooms, stages, and fields, let us not forget the lessons we've learned and the memories we've made. We need to carry them with us as we embark on the next chapter of our lives, whether it be furthering our education, entering the workforce or the military, or pursuing our passions in whatever ways we choose. As we step out into the world, instead of the calf food, the occasional lost game, or a missed line in a performance, or maybe that grade that we couldn't fix, I hope we all remember the bonds that have united us and the friendships and relationships we have created. I hope we remember the experiences that have shaped us and the endless possibilities that now lie ahead. I hope and never forget to thank those that have gotten you through all this, because they are the ones who have helped shape you into who you are now and who you're just becoming. Though we may part ways, know that we will always be bound together by the shared memories of our time here at High Point. So never let a moment pass without putting your all into everything you do. And like Garth Brooks said, don't you sit upon the shoreline and say you're satisfied, but choose to chance the rapids and dare to dance the tide. So graduates, as we prepare to turn the page and start on the path to whatever's next, let us do so with courage, conviction, and an unwavering confidence in ourselves and those that have left those little reflections on our souls. Congratulations, class of 2024. We did it.
Thank you, Madison. Great job. I'd like to have the choral selection led by our concert choir now.
where we belong. Let's make a place where we can sing. Let's build a bridge to cross the space between us. I believe when our voices rise, there is something new that I see in your eyes. Let the song be alive inside we sing, you and me, when our voices rise.
The melodies that we sing together are a tapestry to bind our hearts and minds.
We're not the same, no, but we are woven into a sacred pattern where each thread can shine. We have a voice, we have a truth to speak.
And so we sing the harmony we seek, 'cause
I believe when our voices rise, there is something new that I hear in your cries. Something in our song that casts aside my fear. What I hear when our voices rise.
we grow together when our voices rise. Build on each other when our voices rise. We grow together when our voices rise. Build on each other when our voices rise.
We built up all out of our voices. We built up all out of our voices. We built up all out of our voices. We built up all out of our I believe when our voices rise, there is something new that I see in your eyes. Let the soul be the light inside we sing, you and me. I believe when our voices rise, there is something new that I hear in your cries. Something in our song that casts aside my fear. What I hear when our voices rise.
Then you get into our concert choir, Mrs. Riccardi and Mrs. Moore. Another big round of applause. I'd like to welcome up our salutatorian, Julia Szyminski. Julia?
Thank you all again for coming tonight to celebrate our accomplishments and for bearing the heat. Thank you to our administration, to our staff, and our teachers for guiding us through our high school experience. Without each of you, we would not have the strong foundation we need as we move forward. Your encouragement has opened far more doors for us than we will ever know. And to our families, without you, none of us would have the opportunity to be here today. proud of what we have accomplished and excited to see who we will become. Thank you for believing in us first, so that we have confidence in ourselves as we embark on this next step of our journey. We have balanced our academic workload and extracurriculars for the past 4 years, persevering through unprecedented circumstances. We have supported our friends and classmates and witnessed their incredible achievements inside and outside of the classroom. From now on, we will depend on the lessons and skills that we learned, sometimes against our will, to succeed in our future. As we move into this next chapter of our lives, however, we will have our identities challenged. We will need to learn how to adapt and approach these challenges with an open mind as we navigate our futures. High Point will always be a part of us, but as we move forward, we must focus on embracing our future with the skills we have learned instead of only dwelling on the past. However, we cannot ignore that this is a bittersweet occasion. We're all moving beyond High Point and away from the life we've known. This next transition, whether to college, trade school, jobs, or even into the military, it may be the most intimidating any of us will face. Going from middle school to high school was intimidating, but by the time we all reached September, we knew who would be in our classes. This September is going to be different. We will no longer be walking the halls of High Point as students, as Wildcats. We will not see Mr. Talame standing in front of the main office, smiling as he greets everyone, even though he seems to be the only person in the building awake at 7:30 on a Monday morning. We will not hear another announcement for the dunk tank, or family day, or that the East Gym will be closed today during unit lunch. Starting in August, we will realize how much our lives are changing. But we're used to change. We have grown up in a world far different from the people who raised us. In this world, innovations are made every day. Our generation grew up with smartphones, allowing us to call our friends from anywhere, except for the school cafeteria. Our parents and grandparents have told us about flip phones or how to work a payphone, while we're the ones explaining how to airdrop photos. We can even do our homework on our phones if we forget to charge our computers, which does happen more frequently than any of us would like to admit. The inventions we grew up with expand our understanding and open our minds to more possibilities than before. Technology can be used to help develop medicines that save lives or create solutions to everyday problems, or they can be used to play the New York Times Daily Wordle. Because we grew up with these innovations, our generation is more equipped to use that technology to find solutions to the problems that we will all face. We have the opportunity to continue improving the world through innovation, as long as we approach our challenges with an open mind, accepting that technology, like people, can restrict our ability to make progress toward a more fair society. Keeping an open mind isn't easy, and these next few months are going to test our ability to remember this. Even though we're all proud to be graduating and are eagerly anticipating the start of the next chapter of our lives, we know that the next few years will be a new and challenging experience. Some of us are going to college with someone we've grown up with, while others are approaching new surroundings without a familiar face. While this is intimidating, we need to believe in ourselves and know that we can adapt and overcome any obstacle that may challenge us. None of us can predict the future. But because of the strong foundation we have built through our High Point experience, we know that regardless of our obstacles, we can persevere through them. We will need the lessons that we learned to succeed in the real world. But more importantly, we will need to face our fears and our obstacles with the fierce determination of a wildcat. We are now responsible for facing our challenges. We will always be able to find understanding and guidance from family, from friends, and from teachers like we always have. We can text, call, or even email when we need a shoulder to lean on, because everyone who is here celebrating with us will only be a few taps away. However, after tonight, we will also need to learn how to stand on our own. While we are all starting our adult lives and are drifting away from High Point, we will always have a connection to the school that helped us grow into the young adults we are today. After tonight, high school will be a part of our memories, and it will be time to look ahead to whatever comes next. No matter what happens, we can never truly forget the place where we began our journey. Our memories of the past 4 years may gradually fade, but we will never forget how this school taught us to be kind, to help those around us, and to wake up every day to greet everyone we meet with a smile and with an open mind. Congratulations to the class of 2024. I cannot wait to see where we all go next.
Great job, Julia. Thank you. We now have a musical selection by our band, led by Mr. James Slingham. Concert band, here we go. Thank you, Mr. Slane and our concert band. Another round of applause as they find their seats. Thank you very much. I would now like to invite up our Valedictorian of the class of 2024, Nicole Damstra.
Good evening, everyone. I am so incredibly grateful and honored to be up here tonight and share this accomplishment with the class of 2024. First, I would like to start by thanking the people who have gotten my fellow classmates and I to the place we are today. First and foremost, thank you to all the parents, guardians, family, and community members here tonight, and all those who could not make it. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but the truth is that none of us could have made it here tonight without your guidance and support. We appreciate you more than words can say, so sometimes those words are replaced with an eye roll, but what we really mean to say is thank you. Of course, thank you to all the staff, educators, and coaches as well. Each and every one of you has dedicated your time and energy, day in and day out, to one day leave us with a strong foundation so that we can face the world and chase after our dreams. Well, pat yourselves on the back and take a breath, because today is that day, and you have done a remarkable job. Lastly, to the students, thank you for making my high school experience one that makes saying goodbye so tragic yet beautiful. As I look out to the sea of faces, some of which I've known since I was 5 years old, and some of which I've grown closer with in the past 4 years and now could not imagine my life without, I'm still truly awestruck with every single person. It is no easy feat to make it to this night, especially with the onslaught of curveballs and conflicts and catastrophic world events that we have all witnessed in recent history. But we are here, and we did it together. The task I was given with this speech was to close out this portion of the ceremony. It seems like a daunting task, doesn't it? Trying to write a speech that would work as a one-size-fits-all conclusion for 185 incredibly unique and extraordinary pathways with just a few words. I thought to myself, who am I to share wisdom or insight? I am in the same bittersweet position as everyone else sitting here tonight, stuck between nostalgia and readiness, fear and excitement. So instead, I will share with you my hopes for our class. To the class of 2024, every single person you have met, decision you have made, and challenge you have overcome has led you here tonight. I hope that you feel the joy and pride within the stadium, knowing that you are deserving of this celebration. I know many of us have been itching for this night to come, counting down the weeks, days, hours, and even minutes until we can say we are done with high school. Well, the wait is over. Here we are. That night that seemed impossibly far away is upon us. And if there is only one thing that I have learned throughout the last 4 years, it is to live in the moment. I know, easier said than done, but give it a try. We have spent so much of the past year glaring into the future, trying to figure out what it looks like for each one of us, preparing ourselves for graduation and beyond. But right now, at this moment, maybe for one of the last times, we are all together. So while later tonight, I hope you feel joy knowing that the countdown and assignments and stress are finally over, I also hope that right now you take a moment to look around you. Look to the people sitting next to you, in front of you, behind you, across from you. Look into the stands and onto the hill. Look at all the faces that form the community that has cheered us on for the past 4 years, or maybe even our entire lives. Take a moment to soak it all in and forget the uncertainty of tomorrow. However, the uncertainty of tomorrow is not something to fear. And as I am the valedictorian after all, so I can say I know a thing or two. And what I know for certain, more than anything else, is that your best days are still to come. Of course, there will be discouraging and daunting days ahead. There will be days of confusion and sorrow, heartbreak and hardship, and yes, even failure. But we will do as the class of 2024 has always done, and we will adapt. We will persevere, We will change course, and even if we have to get through a global pandemic to do it, we will reach our goals. But when those intimidating days do eventually arise, when the world feels like it's caving in and the sky is falling, I hope that you remember that we are still young. We are allowed to make mistakes. We are allowed to be uncertain, ask questions, change our minds, gain experience through trial and error, and discover our own identity as we continue to learn more about the world. But just when you think you understand all there is to know about yourself in this world, I encourage you to keep digging. I encourage you to continue asking questions and feeding your curiosity. I encourage you to chase after every possible emotion and risk, and along this journey that you create for yourself, I hope that you recognize the power you hold to impact those around you. As Jane Goodall said, young people, when informed and empowered, when they realize that what they do truly makes a difference, can indeed change the world. But while you're out there changing the world, I also hope that you carry with you all of the memories and the people that you made here or you met here at High Point. I think what I will always remember and miss the most are the simple moments. Like Lauren ranting about how she needs to reapply her SPF before going out to the track every day before gym. Or Jacob just laughing after spilling ice cream all over my new car. I'm still bitter about that. I will always remember the mundane actions of laughing at the lunch table, going to football games, decorating the hallways, bonding with classmates over difficult exams, curating the perfect pre-game playlist with teammates, or simply just smiling at friends you pass in the hallway. I know I can walk away tonight proud of the success that I have found, not because of any grade that I received, but because of the memories and friends I have gained. Similarly, I hope in the future, each and every person finds their success in life, not based on the accomplishments and money you make, but based on the relationships and experiences you have acquired. And if anyone is leaving tonight with any regrets, the exciting news is, tonight is the start of the rest of your life. It's a blank page, a clean slate, and only you have the power to control the rest of the story. Many people here today probably expected me to end with a Taylor Swift quote, but to avoid all the groans and the eye rolls, I will show some self-restraint. Instead, I will use the words from another one of my favorite artists, Phoebe Bridgers. Simply put, anyway, don't be a stranger. My final hopes are that wherever life takes you, you always remember that High Point will always be a home, and you will always be a Wildcat. It has been my honor to be even just a footnote in your inevitably extraordinary, emotional, amusing, and unforgettable stories. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2024.
Excellent job, Nicole. Thank you. Now I have two musical selections by our concert choir. One of them by the senior members of the concert choir, and then the High Point alma mater by all of our concert choir. I'd like to welcome our Board of Education President, Mr. Wayne Dunn.
Thank you, Mr. Dunn. Good evening, everyone. So every year around now, adults who are fortunate enough to get that special opportunity to speak to graduating students struggle to find something new and exciting and, of course, inspirational to say to you all. We really do. See, the working theory is that we, those who have somehow managed to put a bunch of years between our own graduations and yours, must by nature of that elapsed time alone have somehow acquired critical and valuable experience that, in our subtle humility, we believe must be bestowed upon you. In the literal hour remaining before you don't really have to listen to anything we have to say anymore, we try our hardest to squeeze in just one more teachable moment. All this may be true, but I'm really going to try hard not to climb upon the proverbial soapbox and lecture you about what you should or shouldn't do going forward from here. You've got that covered without me. Rather, I would like to make a plain and sincere request about what you can do for all of us. Basically, I'm asking you all for a solid. But give me a minute or two to get to that. Most of our graduates were among the audience at a special reenacted performance of that iconic musical, We Are the World, a couple of weeks ago. I know, I saw the video. I doubt if you thought much about it then, but seniors, the message to you was, you really are the world. I know you may have heard similar things from your parents growing up, and you probably dismissed them as being cliche or not meaning a whole lot, but I kid you not. You are now all prepared to be full citizens of the world. You are the future of the world. You are very soon to be diploma-carrying high school graduates ready to take on the world. There is an interconnectedness to that world that might surprise you. It has never ceased to amaze me. Little efforts, little influences can sometimes create large outcomes in the world. There's this theory called the butterfly effect, commonly attributed to the mathematician and meteorologist Edward Lorenz. Many of you have probably heard of it, but I have an intriguing spin to put upon it for you. For those of you that haven't, the theory is that something as fragile and inconsequential as a butterfly, when it decides at some particular moment in time that it is going to spread its wings and take aloft, in doing so creates an imperceptible puff of air. That puff of air displaces other nearby air that might be a little warmer or colder than what was originally there. That slightly larger mass in turn displaces the space around it and perhaps becomes, in a modest amount of time, a gentle breeze, and I'm feeling one right now and it feels awesome. You see where this is going, right? That small breeze eventually begets things on a significantly larger scale if we were to wait long enough. A tiny influence, as seemingly insignificant as the flapping of a butterfly's wings, could eventually turn into a tornado, a hurricane, or better yet, the beautiful weather we're fortunate to have this evening. I came face to face with the butterfly effect a couple of years back when an acquaintance of mine, whom I came to know purely as a consequence of my position here on the school board, introduced me to an inspiring gentleman and proud father named Ian Hockley. See, Ian had started this charitable foundation named Dylan's Wings of Change. That name derived from the very same butterfly effect that I just spoke about. Ian has and continues to do absolutely magical things for his greater community because the world had given him one especially shining source of inspiration. That source was his son, Dylan. Dylan was born in 2006, which would make him the same age, or at least pretty close to, all the graduates here tonight. Sadly, Dylan wasn't among his classmates who graduated just a few days ago from Newtown High School in Connecticut. As you probably know, an unspeakable tragedy happened there 12 years ago that made that so. Please forgive me, I'm really not trying to make any greater statement here than to reinforce my previous position that the world is a far more interconnected place than we wish to acknowledge. The High Point class of 2024 and classes of 2024 from high schools across the country will forever share that same important milestone with those survivors of Sandy Hook. Yet just like Ian Hockley, who turned unimaginable pain into messages of hope by creating human connections that inspire kindness, respect, and gratitude, I now ask all of you graduates a similar favor, and here's where I call in that solid. Regardless of the difficulties that you've had to overcome to get here, and I refuse to name that really big one that was part of your student lives a few short years ago, wherever it is that your future takes you from this place, be that off to college or university, directly into a trade or profession, into service to our country, or into the creation of a family of your own, please, please realize that each and every one of you matters and will have an important and lasting impact on our interconnected world. We older adults sometimes forget that, or at least take it for granted. You are the world, and we desperately need your wings to spread and fan the breezes that will collectively come to dissipate the storm clouds of division that always appear looming on the horizon. With that, the High Point Board of Education humbly congratulates each and every one of you on your graduation this evening, and I ask that before you leave, find one teacher to thank for what they have done for you. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Dunn. Seniors do an awesome job. Hold on, we're almost there, okay? Good evening. Welcome to the class of 2024 graduation. Special thank you to our members of our Board of Education, Dr. Ripley, fellow administrators, faculty members, honored guests, and most importantly, the class of 2024 and their family and friends. As a culminating activity, graduation truly is a team effort. This beautiful ceremony, and it is beautiful, it's hot, but it's beautiful, would not be possible without my administrative assistant, Mrs. Brummel, the AV support of Mr. Perry, Mr. Yardley, and Mr. Lubansky, and the support of the custodial grounds and maintenance staff. So please give them all a huge round of applause. Congratulations to our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and all the family members who are here today or watching on live stream. Wow, here we are to celebrate all of you, the class of 2024. Can we get a shout out to our parents for helping us get here? Congratulations to our retiring staff, Mrs. Carter, Ms. Sabo, Ms. Ensel, yeah, we got some fan crowd, Ms. Pyatt, and Mr. Minkowitz. We wish you the best of luck in your next chapter, and we thank you for all years of dedication. Congratulations to our staff for another successful graduating class. You have played such an important role in the lives of this class. But through it all, you showed them heart, kindness, compassion, and dedication every day. And I'm honored to walk with you each day. Thank you to all of our staff. Class 2024, finding just the right words, as Mr. Dunn just referenced a few minutes ago when offering graduation speech, is pretty difficult. I have looked forward to the message I wanted to share with you tonight, and I know at this point most of you just want to get your diplomas. So I promise to keep it under an hour. Every class that crosses, I got a lot to say. Every class that crosses the stage is exceptional. But 4 years with this class has been more unique than others. To be fair on this point, I might be slightly biased given the fact that my eldest daughter, Madison, is graduating tonight. Over the 4 years, we've had the usual ceremonies, scholarship dinners, proms, formals, and a dinner cruise. But we've also had many life conversations. I have laughed with many of you and cried with many of you. It's the allergies from the pollen by the flowers. Gives me every time. I had the chance to help coach the baseball team on 2 spring training trips to Florida, and that was a great experience filled with lots of baseball and lots of laughs. We learn very valuable life lessons, like self-discipline, and do not go to Golden Corral for an all-you-can-eat buffet right before you go to the game. We also learn that sunscreen works, only when you put it on. And always say please and thank you, even when you're at Wawa for the 9th time in one day. The game of baseball teaches us much about life. As Ben Bernanke reminds us, nobody likes to fail, but failure is an essential part of life and of learning. If your uniform isn't dirty, you haven't been in the game. I know I've failed more times than I've succeeded in life, fallen over and over again, but keep trying to get up. Recently, unexpectedly, I lost my brother-in-law. He taught me to look at life differently. He developed a passion for art, right? And he's always here at High Point, and it became a lifelong passion, something I encourage all of you to find. Michael Josephson said, take pride in how far you've come, have faith in how far you can go, but don't forget to enjoy the journey. My brother-in-law took the time to enjoy the journey in life, something that I say I'm going to do but often fail at doing. He was kind and compassionate when he was a student at High Point, and he lived his life that way every day, something that we could all learn from. We have seen this class of 2024 grow so much over the past year. We have seen you lean on each other, laugh with each other, and even cry with each other. I've been blessed to coach many years of baseball and basketball in my career at High Point, but I do not think any moment was more rewarding than coaching many of these senior girls during their freshman basketball season. It was one of the best coaching experiences that I've had, and they taught me a lot about new T-Swift songs and life, and we learned a little bit about basketball along the way too. I am very thankful that they all gave me the opportunity to be their coach because it helped me grow as a person and as a principal. Arthur Ashe once said, start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Every one of you has different and exceptional gifts. My hope is that we have helped you search your pathway and that each of you has discovered or refined at least one of those gifts while High Point. Further success awaits down the road. It's now up to you to define what that means. In closing, as Lou Holt says, follow 3 rules in life. Do the right thing, do the best you can, and always show people you care. Simple advice that will reap endless rewards. And just like we said at our basketball practices and games, class of 2024, are you ready to rock? Class 24, I love you. I'm so proud of who you are. May God bless you. And now I'd like to invite up our Superintendent, Dr. Scott Ripley.
Good evening and welcome. Tonight we send you all off to engage an increasingly unrecognizable world, one that was unknowable to me in my youth, or even to your parents and theirs. While education equips you to navigate life's thoroughfares, it is in the far less traveled walking paths where life is more beautifully and thoughtfully lived. To challenge this exciting and unknown world of light and darkness, you will need character, perseverance, dignity, love, and compassion. It is these soft skills that will ensure your life success, as love is not developed or nurtured by solving polynomial equations. Love others in spite of themselves, because you will be far richer. Give even to those who will squander your gifts, because the blessing will return to you. Serve even those who spitefully use you, as you will transcend time. Bless even those who curse you, as in so doing you show your enemies the road to salvation. And so, do not be conformed to this current and ephemeral world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds. Do not meditate on the darkness, as the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has never overcome it. Do not grow weary in doing good, because at the proper or appointed time, you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. Whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue, and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. You will always pay dearly for chasing after that which is cheap. It is our envy of others that devours us most of all. Choose the hard things, because in the long run, pursuing the easy things is unbearable. Choose love, choose life, choose peace, and always, always choose to be grateful, while some choose victimhood. The victim dies 1,000 deaths, while the grateful dies just once. Seek after truth, the one truth, as every other pursuit is empty and unrewarding. And finally, please hear me. You are deeply and infinitely loved. No words or deeds can ever refute how infinitely loved you truly are. Congratulations.
The moments we've been waiting for, the procession and the handing out our diplomas by our Board of Education President, Mr. Dunn, and our Superintendent, Dr. Scott Ripley.
Nicole Rose Damstra. Julia Grace Sabinsky. Samir Abbas. Maria Faye Altamirano. Luke Anderson. Michelle Avila. Isabel Asner Walker. Briella Biella. Cecily Marie Baglio. Jasmine Baldwin. Ariana Barilari. Stephen Emilio Becco. Taylor Bergman. Tabitha Biasi. Kelsey Birchenoff. Alyssa Bittner. Leslie Bittner. Taylor Blair Bollinger. Grace Portnick. Leah Elizabeth Bottoms. Zara Usad. Brenson Bradley. Stephen Brady. Bevan Brotman. Charles McShane Burns.
Madison Lee Talamay. Miso Teresa Brownbridge. Tyler Bush. Matthew Cadenas. Donnie J. Campbell. Landon Campbell. Brody William Caputo. Andrew Carlson. Colin Christopher Carney. Alexis Carrillo. Carson A. Citro. Emmett Clark. Garrett James Quartz. Sean Colarusso. Michaela Conklin. Tessa Michelle Cope. Skylar Angeline Craig. Kirsten Crane. Melanie Cruz. Anasia Nazara Curry. Lucian D'Ambrosi. Aiden Day. Cadence DeGroat. Dylan Zachary Delgaitis.
Madison Dixon. Clara Doherty. Aaron Domansky. Mia Alexandra Donofrio. Jaden Brian Drew. Janisha Wanzel Duraney. Leah Rose English. Helena Fairley. Lauren Faruso. Joshua Feldman. Alyssa Fontaine Figliolo. Giovanna M. Figarelli. Nathan Flanagan. Nachman Forchheimer. Brianna Francois. Braden Franco. Hannah Gardner. Caleb Aries Garrison. Eliana Grabeshi. Stephanie Giannuzzi. Kylie Mackenzie Goff. Zachary Gruber. Sophia May Guida. Jacob Ginta.
Junior Guzman. Charity Healy. Katie Angelica Healy. Jake Henningsen. Alexa Hernandez. Andrew Herrera. Jada Hill. Sydney Holder. Caroline Jaffoni. Nathan James. Megan Jennings. Riley Joseph. Taylor Kobus. Christopher Kobolinski. Paige Komuves. Chase Aiden Crescenda. Thomas Kropinski. Victoria Kurtica. Emma Leisure. Caitlin Rebecca Leisure. Tiana Lefwich. Renee Marie Lamen. Jack Lesh. Emma Leto.
Anthony Linfoot. Marvin Latrenta. Nicholas LeBeau. Caitlin Logan. Brian Lombardo. Raven Longcourt. Isabella Lopez. Santino Anthony Liola. Omir Lucian. Matthew Lunger. Thomas Franco Madewell. Massimo Maggiorino. Tyler McGill. Monica Mann. Cade T. Martris. Mia Mastros. Alexis Modern. Haley Brooke Mazzy White. Alexander John McCann. Emma McCarty. Louis Mecca. Mason Miracle. Giselle Monroe. Emily Ann Morgan.
Edward John Muller III. Eddie Muniz. Sierra Murray. Tabitha Nestor. Andrew Noonan. Elias James Nocell. Ella Elizabeth Nuss. Parker Lance Okeson. Chanel Oliveira. Nicole Hollenberg. Brandon Francis Patrick Percy. Dylan Carini. Reed Peterson. Isabella Piero. Matthew Portilla. John Postma. Eva Marie Powers Chiaffa. Gordon William Pristash. Aiden Quayle. Nathaniel Ramirez. Eugene Ritchie. Autumn Richter. Jonas Rivas.
Ashley Rodriguez. Genevia Renales. Steven Rosales. Devin Rosser. Melanie Rossi. Matthew Sabato. Michael Sadowski. Adeline Salvia. Xavier Santos. Angelina Santos. Demetrius Savlopoulos. Alexa Scarpone. Isaac Schumann. Gianna Secor. Aiden Serrano. Summer Silverthorne. Lily Simons. Jaden Cody Smith. Jacqueline Elizabeth Snyder. Joellen Snyder. Michelle Sunday. Kyle Stellman. Jet Stevenson. Taylor Stevenson.
Alexander Rodriguez. Rachel Teague. Sophie Teitzma. Nicholas Thomas. Jacob Torkelson. Matthew Tennell. Lindsay Marie Van Orden. Carter William Van Stone. Alexis Van Orden. Hayden Vreeland. Olivia May Wagner. Dallas Walther. Lou Wanamaker. Nolan Worley. Emma Catherine Weitzel. Kyle Isaac Willis. Jordan Wilson. Eric Fisher Wittrian. Ty Woods. Chloe Yaneko. Dalton Yetter.
By virtue of the power invested in me by the Board of Education as principal of High Point Regional High School, I certify that the graduates receiving the diplomas here today have successfully completed their graduation requirements as stipulated by High Point Regional High School and New Jersey State Board of Education. Graduates, let's go right to left with our tassels. I now present to you the class of 2024.